So the Dallas Cowboys just made a move that I don't necessarily agree with, and we're gonna talk about it. I uploaded a video recently talking about the coaching staff moves the Cowboys just made abruptly after their season ended. You can check that video out. It'll be at the end of the video on the end screen. And as I noted in the video, Kellen Moore was fired. But welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to join the crew. Also, stick around until the end and drop a like if you did enjoy it. The majority of you watching my videos aren't subscribed, so I'd really appreciate it if you hit that button. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and make sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on new content. And please share it. I can honestly sit here today and question if Jerry Jones wants to actually win a Super Bowl, because as of right now, I honestly believe that he's content with the trophies that he won decades ago. After an up and down season for the Dallas Cowboys, at the end of it all, he decided to pin the blame on Kellen Moore and ultimately fired him. I think they actually hoped Moore would get the Panthers head coaching job, but it was ultimately given to Frank Reich, so they went ahead and got rid of him. It didn't take long for Moore to find a job though. Right after he was fired, he immediately drew interest from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Chargers due to the fact that both teams had vacancies at the offensive coordinator position. Byron Leftwich and Joe Lombardi were relieved of their duties after having an up and down season with their respective ball clubs. The news broke that Kellen Moore took the Chargers job Monday morning, which I predicted because come on, that's a really intriguing job. I believe that Kellen Moore will have more to work with calling plays for this offense. You have a young and upcoming quarterback in Justin Herbert, a running back who just finished with 18 touchdowns last season, and Austin Eckler, two #1 receivers in Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, and he's in the city of LA, bro. Like, come on. I don't want to get off track here and talk about how he'll be enjoying the nice LA weather and palm trees and stuff, but seriously, I think Jerry Jones fired the wrong person. I don't know how Mike McCarthy did it, but Jerry Jones has a different type of love for this brother. Like, seriously, he defends this guy whenever he can. It seems like he's a brother or a son to him. But if we're being honest, how did McCarthy manage to get through the season unscathed? This is what Mike McCarthy had to say about Kellen Moore's exit. After continuing through our end of season review process and having additional discussion, Kellen and the Cowboys reached a mutual decision to part ways. I want to thank Kellen for his deep commitment, hard work, and dedication that were a core part of his time with the Cowboys, said Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy. The production of our offense and his mentorship of Dak were at the center of Kellen's impact, and we are grateful for his tenure here, and we are grateful for his tenure in leadership. We wish Kellen and his wife Julie and their family the absolute best as they set out on the next chapter of their lives. All Kellen Moore did the last 4 seasons for the Cowboys was help this offense finish second in points per game at 27.7, only behind the Kansas City Chiefs, second in total yards per game at 391 yards per game, fourth in yards per play at 5.8 yards, and fourth in third down percentage, which was at 44.1%. Really solid numbers all across the board. In both 2019 and 2021, the Cowboys ranked first in yards per game and ranked first in points per game during the 2021 season. During the 2022 season, the Cowboys averaged 354.9 yards per game, which was 219 passing and 135 rushing, which ranked 11th in the NFL. They also scored 27.5 points per game, which ranked 4th in the league. The job he was able to do with Cooper Rush should have made him safe from losing his job, if you ask me. Dak Prescott injured his thumb during the first week of the season, and Cooper Rush was thrown in the fire for 5 weeks. He went 4-1 and operated the offense at a pretty high level. The numbers didn't look godly, but he kept the ball out of harm's way and made the big play passes when they were there. He just played efficient football all around, and not every offensive coordinator can make their backup quarterback look like that. Look at what Coach McCarthy had to say about the Cowboys offense. And I quote, "We will definitely try to evolve our offense," McCarthy said via the Dallas Morning News. There's no question, but let's not be blind to the fact that the productivity of this offense, this has been an extremely effective, productive offense the last 2 years. Let's see if he could really evolve this offense that's pretty much already been a top 4 team in major offensive categories. Now, let's talk about Mike McCarthy because it looks like he may be calling plays in 2022. 2023. Some may say that I'm reaching for what I'm about to say, but I'm going to disagree respectfully. I believe Coach McCarthy has a huge ego, and he signed off on getting rid of Kellen Moore so he could step in that position and quote-unquote flex his guns as a play caller. He's been getting a lot of flock because fans question what McCarthy's job is on game days besides standing on the sideline spectating. As you guys may or may not know, Mike McCarthy called plays for a while when he was with the Green Bay Packers, coaching Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre and soon-to-be Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers, who he won a Super Bowl with during the 2010-2011 season. Mike McCarthy pretty much called the plays during his 12-year stay with the Packers with his West Coast offense outside of the 2015 season, and he had some good productive years. 8 years out of the 12 that he was there, his offense ranked top 10 in total offense, and during 2015, when he relinquished those duties to get a better handle on the team, the offense dipped 10th in scoring. Prior to that year, McCarthy led a 6-year stretch where the Packers were top 5 in scoring. In 2016, McCarthy took back play calling duties and the offense went back to being a top 5 offense. Let me remind you, his quarterback was Aaron Rodgers during this time. Unfortunately though, that didn't last long. In 2017 and 2018, the offense took a huge dip. Coach McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers started having problems. Rodgers didn't like the plays he was calling and had a problem with the offense overall. He felt that his offense was outdated, and that's why McCarthy was out for a job for as long as he was before getting the job with the Cowboys. He made it clear that McCarthy wasn't the guy anymore, and next thing you know, he was fired mid-season. There was a lot of debate whether McCarthy was a great play caller or if he was just going along for the ride with 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. But I'm not going to touch on that much because as a Packers fan, I can talk about this for a while. The Cowboys didn't just relieve Kellen Moore of his duties, they pretty much cleaned house. They need to find a new offensive coordinator, of course, a new assistant head coach, a quarterback's coach, offensive line coach, running backs coach, and a new offensive assistant. A lot of changes are clearly being made, and this will be a completely different team going into the 2023 season. Dak Prescott has one last year left on his contract with guaranteed money. CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs will be seeking extensions. Tony Pollard is also a free agent who's seeking an extension. Ezekiel Elliott isn't the same guy. The Cowboys just got rid of a guy who I felt was one of the strengths of this team, and I know some people may call me crazy for it, but Kellen Moore was extremely productive during his time with Dallas. Some may question his play calling at times, but sometimes we need to look at the quarterback and how he's executing the plays that are called. A lot of pressure is on this team to win now next season, and we'll see what they'll be able to do. But hey, at least y'all got Dan Quinn, right? I appreciate everyone who stuck around until the end of the video. I put a lot of time into this. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and join the crew as well. And please share the video. Also, let me know in the comments section what you guys think about the firing of Kellen Moore. Also, let me know if you guys think if this offense will reach new heights with McCarthy as the play caller. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.
So, unfortunately, I'm now picking the Los Angeles Chargers to get to the Super Bowl next year. And if they have to go through Arrowhead, I believe they'll do it because I think Kellen Moore, with the change of scenery and a quarterback who, by the way, had the 7th lowest interception rate last year, Justin Herbert, and a running back in Austin Eckler who led the NFL with 18 touchdowns. And
look at those receivers he got: Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. They got a nice core receivers over there.
They ranked 30th in running the football. Kellen Moore will change that because he's a 50-50. He can be even a little better. He will figure out he will show them how to run the football. It's a match made in Super Bowl heaven. I hate to see him go. I'm shell-shocked and devastated by it, but it is now clear to me that Mike McCarthy won the power struggle with Kellen Moore. Not that Kellen was fighting back. They wanted Kellen to get the Carolina Panthers job because then it would have been a clean out for him. You know, it would have been happy ever after for everybody. But when he didn't get it, they were forced to, they fired him. I'm sorry. They just let him go. However you want to say it, it was not mutual. They just let him go. Mike McCarthy wanted to call the plays because he did it for 13 years in Green Bay. And to his credit, when he took the Cowboy job, he didn't have a lot of leverage, but he readily agreed, okay, we'll keep Kellen as the play caller. And I think it was hard on his ego, and I think he has an increasingly bigger ego because he showed up for the game at Lambeau this year wearing a Vince Lombardi big old long fur coat. Remember that?
Yeah.
He was going Lombardi, trudging around out, parading around out on the frozen tundra before the game.